Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsy69. Welcome back to the channel. Now, yesterday we had yesterday or the day before, whenever I release this video, we had a look at what was in the store. Of course, it is Black Friday event and there are a lot of different bundles. And some of them are really good, some of them are okay. But one tank in particular we are going to look at today is a tier 10, a tank that doesn't come for sale that often, but you can pick it up for just 20,000 gold. And of course, that is the Carro 45T. On top of that, you do get 152 coupons. You get full equipment, and of course you get the garage slot. So we're going to look at the Carro today. So the Carro 45T, it's been around for a while now, but it's not a tank that doesn't come for sale that often, and if it does, it's usually in crates. So now it's for sale for gold. I would potentially take up that offer for 20,000 gold. Now, I do know a few people that have bought the tank and absolutely love it. One person actually said, one of my old friend Paul in GNA, he pretty much bought it, and he doesn't buy a lot. He waits for really good bundles or good deals, and then he then he may buy it. And he was recommended to buy the Carro 45T, and he absolutely loves it. In fact, he said it is one of his favorite tanks in the game. I, however, have a little bit of a different view on it. Now, I don't hate the tank. I don't love the tank. I think it is just okay. Of course, it has the reserve shell, which really can make you suffer, especially in a medium tank that you really rely on DPM. That reserve shell really is a killer. It really is a killer. So you've got to try and not use that last shell as much as you possibly can. So if you refrain from shooting that reserve shell, your DPM will be massively better, trust me. So try not use that last shell, because it really will come back to haunt you. So the turret on this thing is 102. So standard, the turret is not strong at all. However, there are some strong bits on the turret, and it can be tricky sometimes to actually penetrate. But if you sat still, then you can aim at the turret and you can penetrate all day long. But you need to try and make it difficult for the enemy and move your turret around. Now, your hull is only 68 mil, so you're not going to bounce anything from your hull. So it's one of those medium tanks that is not. It's not one for fighting front line. You know, if there's other medium tanks with you, try and stick behind them, because again, your DPM really isn't as good as a lot of the medium tank. So 2,830, and that is with me running calibrated shells to get more penetration. So not too bad for a tank with reserve shell. It's not actually too bad at all, to be fair. So you've got a 3.53 second intra clip. So that is basically your reload in between each shell. And this is where I say about the reserve shell. So 20.82 seconds on that reload. That is why you do not want to shoot that shell unless you absolutely have to. So we go backwards from shell 4.53 seconds for the reload, which is pretty good. Don't forget, you've got to plus that 3.53 as well. So you're looking at around 8 seconds for your first shot. So you can even play it as a single shot gun, and then just reload that one shell every time. Then your DPM is actually not too bad. You've got 6.79 and then 7.7 and then a massive 20.82. So your penetration 259 on your AP, 315 on your APCR, so not great even with calibrated shells. That is not great on your penetration, to be fair. And 65 on your HE. You've got a 380 alpha gun, 330 on your APCR and 500 on your HE. Your aim time is 3.1. it's okay, and your gun dispersion not great at 0.344. You do, however, have nice 8 degrees of gun depression. You know, it's not bad, 8 degrees, and your top speed is 53 kilometers per hour. Now, my only thing with the tank itself, I mean, even though it goes 53 kilometers per hour, it does actually feel very, very sluggish, especially off the mark. Like when you first start, it does feel very, very, very sluggish. So that's one thing that I would personally change about the tank. That it just give it a little bit more speed, because I think it does need it, or a little bit more acceleration at least, because it does feel like it's sometimes it does feel like a heavy tank. And I've had games where I think one of the games I've not long had, but that I was trying to get footage for, I was next to a Badger, and a Badger was even sort of going the same kind of speed as me. So yeah, you know, again, it can be a very, very nice tank. You just need to show this tank a little bit of love. Don't be too aggressive with this tank, honestly, because if you are aggressive with this tank, it's gonna come back to haunt you. Because one, if you're aggressive and you've got tanks around you, then automatically you're just going to fire that last shell, because it's an automatic thing. People don't mean to do it, and a lot of people forget about the reserve shell, so they automatically shoot their last shell, and then they realize, oh fuck, I've got 20 odd second reload. Like now, if I had a shot on that M60, most people would actually take it. And that's exactly what I did. So I completely forgot about the 22-second reload. And now it's going to be very boring, because if you want to reload your whole magazine, it's more than half a minute. It's more than half a minute, almost a minute really, if you think about it, to reload your whole magazine, just over half a minute. So yeah, it's very, very boring, because you reload that first shell, then you don't want to shoot that first shell because you got a massive reload. So you always want to try and keep that last shell. Now, I did again use that last shell because I thought I would be able to kill that guy, and it would definitely have been worth it. But again, I missed, and now I'm on another 22-second reload. So that's almost 50 seconds reloading for just 2 shells. And of course, I'm going to do it again. So over a minute for 3 shots is not good for a medium tank. So, but that last shot I had to. And well, to be fair, the 2 shots I had to, because I thought I would be able to clear that guy, and at least that's 1 tank down. So now again, I'm on the reload, and this time I'm going to think about just sitting here and at least reloading 1 more shell. At least reload 1 more shell, so I'm not freaking waiting like a quarter of a minute to reload the shell. But I do shoot that shell, and I do clear the waffle. So again, I had the opportunity to get a shot off. Now that I accidentally shot, which was very annoying because it was my last shot. So the amount of times I have shot that last shell, I mean, what, 4 times? The amount of damage it's actually cost. I mean, honestly, the amount of damage it's cost me shooting that last shell 4 times is massive, because now I'm losing out on all this damage. I'm losing out on so much damage, all because I shot that last shell. So yeah, if you want to increase your damage, don't shoot that last shell. The last shell will come back to haunt you, honestly. Luckily, this game, it didn't really affect me. I got shot once. I got a little bit of bounces. But I did want to show this replay. It's not the best of damages, but I still wanted to show it because I could have had over 4k damage easily if I just didn't shoot that last shell. So let me know your thoughts on the Carro 45T glitch. And again, 20k gold, I still think it is worth it because it's a tank that doesn't come for sale that often, and you can buy it for just 20,000 gold. Let me know your thoughts on the tank. Is it a tank you like? Is it a tank you hate? Let me know in the comments below. But for now, hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm meadsy69, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye-bye.